Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of 4 Pax Britannica's Britain. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, first things first, we got a research slot. Well, I mean, it's 34 now. You know what? I think it's time to at least start exploring the idea of a terror weapon. Follow that with piercing, the armor-piercing munitions, fantastic. And we have some air wings. I mean, we're at war. We're at war still in Jordan, but this war should be over pretty soon. Once we take them on, we'll be pretty happy. And I think as soon as we take this city from the Vietnamese, when are you gone? Okay, I want you all pushing into this city. I did see like one of you is trying to fall back. There you go. I think it's just this city. We take this city, we should end up winning. Just 1 second. My dog's being weird. Okay. Going back to where we were. I fixed the dog issue. Dog issue also like leaned heavily into the cat issue as well. There's a lot of issues going on right now, but there's no issues going on in Vietnam because we're winning pretty well. If I just have you again to stop for a second, one unit will leave. Our units do have just absolutely garbage statistics. None of our units are good. They're all pretty bad. If I take this city, this should get us the victory. We've pacified the Vietnamese. Fantastic. And then all of you, congratulations. I'll just give you back to... We'll disband you, yes, but you're my puppets, so you should just go back, yeah, to your overlords. And then you... Wait, is that not enough just to win the war in Jordan immediately? Do they have another victory point? I mean, not that I see, but I guess they must somewhere. We'll send you up north. So the future of Indochina. Although we had defeated a North Vietnamese rebellion, we cannot allow the people of Indochina ever have the mere inclination to betray the British overlords. To avoid another potential uprising, some in our cabinet are suggesting we grant the region greater levels of autonomy and representation in Imperial Conference. Or we could just stick to the old way of things. Revolutionary Army. Yeah, let's make them in the client states. I think that seems fine. Do they keep your units? Or no? Oh, no, I guess the units do stay. They're just now still underneath the Far Eastern Administration. I think it's basically just Malay. I'm not too sure what they're up to anymore, but that's okay. We've now got the Empire of Vietnam, and we've got Cambodia. Fantastic to both. Reports of the mandate. McKeer's report has reached the office of Sir John French, Commissioner of the British Expeditionary Force in Palestine. The report, delivered to agents of the Imperial Security Service, contained a series of reports by Jordanian and Palestinian travelers that a white man traveling alone in the Jordanian desert has been spotted on multiple occasions. It went on to indicate a high probability that the man being referred to may be the missing British Colonel Thomas Edward Lawrence, although it cannot be confirmed with this with absolute certainty. So we can try to, yeah, let's try to find Lawrence. Fantastic. And the engagement of Princess Mary. Princess Mary, the only daughter of the late Imperial Majesty King Emperor George V, announced her engagement to Dutch businessman and veteran Levi Roosevelt. The announcement came as something as a surprise for the public, though the contact between the two had been an open secret within the royal family. Driven out of the seclusion by the Great War, Princess Mary helped launch a series of charity campaigns in Britain to support veterans. Roosevelt, on leave from the Isles due to being wounded on the Western Front, briefly met with the Prince at a charity event, and the two began correspondence. Roosevelt's status as a warrior here in the Netherlands and his family standing among the Dutch aristocracy paved the way for celebrity across the empire. Both continued their efforts for veterans' charities while corresponding, ultimately leading to their engagement. The marriage of the two marks the official foundation of the ties between the Netherlands and Britain, with Dutch and British hardline loyalists lauding the affair as an example of Anglo-European imperial identity. The King Emperor has remained largely quiet of the affairs of his sister, and the rest of her family has gone to courtship with begrudging approval. I mean, if we can get the Dutch on our side in the upcoming war, I'd be pretty happy with that. I'd see no reason to say no. And we've defeated Jordan. Let's freaking go. These units will just give you back to the Egyptians. You guys have a fun time there. I would like to... We can't do it. Yeah, see, 51 days. Okay, there's no reason to worry about any of this anymore. Like, if we could take over Arabia, that'd be quite nice. It would link up our 4 kind of corners of Arabia. Like, we got Iraq, we've got Palestine, we've got Yemen, and we've got the Arab Emirates over here. And if we just owned Arabia, we can unify all those, baby. Okay with this. And next up, bread and circuses, new life awaits you in the colonies. So we get a bunch of civilian factories in the colonies. So that's basically 6 factories, which, I mean, I see that seems pretty good. More stability and more war support. Or free, I mean, you're kind of ass. I think you go bread and circuses. More so than, I mean, 6 civilian factories is nice. Yeah. We'll go bread and circuses on this. Fantastic. Military factories. What do we actually need? We've somehow gotten a large stockpile of everything. I don't even know how do we go from having such a deficit to having, I guess we're making 114 of you. Okay, take 1 off of this. I'm gonna put two more hard suits, 1 more naval bombers, and we're gonna worry, let's take 5 on 5 on these fighters. And go, I mean, you guys are the same fucking thing. I don't know why we have 2 of them. Who I think that was actually there by default. Who put 2 bombers individually? I don't know. A meeting in a dune. Almost after a week's travel, IIS agents arrived at the campsite of the Jordanian desert, where it's believed Lawrence was hiding out. Evidence of recent habitation was found, particularly several open cans of food and a recently stuffed out campfire. Before the agents could investigate further, the cocking of a pistol drew the agent's attention to their flank. There, masked in the amber glow of the setting sun, stood T.E. Lawrence, though at first he was hardly recognizable. Dirty, unshaven, and draped in Arab garb, he hardly looked anything like the file photo the agents had been given. I figured you people would come looking for me eventually. We're with the Imperial Intelligence. We've been asked to bring you in to reassign. I'm not going back, not after what we did. The agent looked among one another. After a tense silence, the head of the operation spoke, hand lingering near his revolver. We got a 50-50 chance. Or we have a 50-50 chance to shoot him. I'm going to take the 50-50 that he comes back home. I believe in Lawrence of Arabia. Never again? Okay, I have no confidence in Lawrence of Arabia. So you're 36. I mean, you know what? Organization plus 5%, recovery rate plus 5% for pretty cheap tech. No reason to say no. And never again. There was a long silence after the agent spoke, punctuated with a deep sigh. Lawrence, as he lowered his pistol. He took a long look at the desert waste that surrounded him, the wind sweeping over the dunes like a never-ending ocean of dust. He could remember Algiers just as vividly as the day it happened, the screams of blood, the acrid smell of the explosive that hung in the air. French garrison had refused to surrender, and his body shook when he recalled how the commanders had simply shrugged and given the order to open fire. Tens of thousands of tons of steel hellfire rained down on the city of nearly 1 million, and he just sat back and watched. He swore that he would never raise a rifle for the Empire again. The agent left silently, riding off home to their masters, and Lawrence continued on as though he never came, poured over endless tomes of obscure Arabian history. Perhaps he figured one day he might make the trip to Mecca once his terrible succession war is blown over. The contents of the Lawrence's report submitted to the IIS were unremarkable, and few question statement of some great war fossil lost in its own madness in a savage desert. The report was filed away among the millions of reports of the IIS archives, disappearing into an ocean of bureaucracy, and with went the last memories of Colonel Lawrence. We don't need him. And we got a quadrupod, which I would like to immediately replace you with. I'm assuming this means that we're not going to... No templates for the quadrupods. Well, I mean, red -6. I bet you we have a colony, right? That's got to produce something. Really? No, we don't produce like any rare metals. I guess we'll get that from. I don't even know, man. Get it from Commonwealth of Victoria? Are they not my puppet? I guess not. But we'll trade with you. Live wire. Germ control. Let's go. Oh, yes, we can research you a little bit faster. Let's go with basic toxic chemical compounds. As well as 33 artillery. Also, wait, how the hell did the Italian Social Revolutionary Front turn us around? Were they not losing? Okay, they're on last leg. What about you guys, though? Unstable democracy, the war crawl. Somehow, the Somehow you're making it. I don't know how you've accomplished this, but that should mean that you line yourselves up with the French, which is bad. 15 days till the Nicaragua Canal is finished. Happy to report that. We don't need to worry about you. Managing the military. We have literally no points. What even is this? Oh, it's just army experience. Okay, it's just a different symbol. And again, you're all 36 tech, which is a little too advanced for my blood. We could go for a new tank. Do we actually have any tank divisions in the field? We don't. And I think I prefer making mechs as opposed to tanks. Maybe that's just me. I think they're a little cooler. Auto mechs, 34 tech. We can either get an onboard coffee and tea maker, or why would I take experience loss? No, give me the repair kit. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? So you have 5 quadrupods. And you, I'm assuming, just take duopod, which I think is the light upgrade. But I need to duplicate you to replace you with the quadrupods. Yes, that's the good stuff we're looking for here. Place all of you. Fantastic. You're now our hard ones. Just one for now. I'm not going to expect the world. And with 15,000 guns. One, I'm going to make you into a 20 combat with. Do I have enough guns for that? I do. Fantastic. Another division template with the same name already exists. What do you mean? I'm not trying to make a new one. I'm just trying to make you larger. Sure, I don't know, but give me, I'm going to say 10 of you for now. Does that mean that, are you all, like, infantry? Most of you are garrison forces, which is not great. Yeah, actually, all of you. How expensive would it be to make you into good units? Quite expensive, but it's got to be worth it, right? Our army otherwise was kind of ass. So let's go 16 more infantry. We should have enough equipment to fill out all of these ranks. And the Nicaragua Canal is complete. After years of diligent work, the Nicaragua Canal has finally been completed. Through thick and thin, British support for the project has at long last paid off. In a lavish ceremony, British nobility and corporate officials celebrated the completion of the canal, the splendor of the empire's economic might. The announcement was soon followed by the formation of Nicaragua Canal Company, a state-managed imperial corporation which will be responsible for policing, maintaining the canal's facilities. The occasion has not entirely gone well in controversy, as the Nicaraguan government voiced its pleasure at their minimal role of the NCC, which will see them having very few of the dividends from the canal's taxes. Some more radical elements of the government outright denounced the British and have avowed for their efforts to take back the supposedly rightful Nicaraguan land. Controversy still surrounds the canal even beyond this, as the British reformists argued against these poorly laid locals and African travel workers, the later of which received almost no pay, save all room and provisions. Nevertheless, Britain has acquired some powerful economic chip in global geopolitics. Along the Suez, Britain has a tremendous powerful monopoly on global and inter-empire trade. Yeah, so we got the Suez. We've got the canal here. I'm not going to worry about too much what Nicaragua's got to say for themselves. Who cares? It's Nicaragua. I'm sure they don't have that much power. We have 188 points here. Could get a new technical team. I don't think we can replace cabinet ministers. Is there anything else we can do with you? No, we can't go to early mobilization because world tension is still at 0%. Nothing actually too crazy has happened, apparently. Carriers, motorized, armor technology, land ships. Does anyone have any, like, I mean, a 15% research speed upgrade is not bad. Actually, no, you get replaced if I go down my tree. So actually, we don't want to take either of you. It's your armor technology. And I don't know how that applies to the tanks. Or not the tanks, the The automatons? Maybe just go for like someone else. Yeah, like just a 10% defense and we get a little bit of passive army experience gain. Honestly, might be the best choice for us. You got any good modifiers? I mean, kind of. I mean, you got offensive doctrine, which I think is usually pretty good. But it's not like crazy. Export use to the colonies. Established Imperial Television Company. Weekly still. It's just a flat 0.5% weekly stability forever. Are you kidding me? That seems pretty good. Ideological drift defense. Recovery speed goes up. Electronics research speed goes up. Yeah, I mean, you just seem pretty good. And again, a 0.5% passive stability. Presumably forever. Okay. How is China doing, by the way? They have completely unified their countries, aside from foreign possessions. I can't imagine that they're going to go to war with Russia for Manchuria. At least not yet. I could see them potentially trying that in the future. Maybe they'll join our faction at some point if we end up with a war with the Russians. I think that would make perfect sense for them to do. How the fuck did you guys win? How? How did you completely collapse? That's absurd. Okay. I don't know what the Italians did, but they've somehow shit the bed in such a way that it blows my mind. It is 34, so you're... No, okay, you're actually 33 techs. I'm looking at this number, which is wrong. Give me... You know what? Give me a reconnaissance bonus. Like, it's not crazy. I don't know how the hell they accomplished that, to be honest with you. Did I build the, Yeah, you can only have one. Okay. And you're building in Yorkshire. Did we build one in... Yeah, we built one in Lancaster, too. And there's one in London. So this is probably going to be, like, our main three, I mean, actually, if anything, we should be building them in, you afterwards. Like this. You get an 80% bonus, which would be quite nice. But get all of you underway. Hallucinogens. Negative 50% factories. Organization regain. And I think this affects the enemy and doesn't affect us. And of course, immediately they have joined alliance with the French. Because they are dicks, basically. I guess I could have sent volunteers to the Italians at some point, but... You know, where's the fun in that? We got Pax Britannica, which is... I mean, it's basically just the International in Kaiserreich, except for Britain. Which, I mean, is a pretty substantial difference. Britain's pretty powerful. What do I need for you? I think I need to get you done, right? Actually, I think we need to get all of these at the bottom done. Stability goes down. Thing is, actually, my stability's at 91, and if we get a passive 0.5, forever, like, again, forever, then this seems pretty good. Also, can I, yeah, it is forever, right? The automation crisis. I guess we do have to deal with that at some point, huh? I mean, no, this is dealing with it, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, this is all supposed to slowly deal with that problem. The Great Balkan War has erupted. So we've got two sides. You've got the Budapest Entente versus the anti-Hungarian Pact. So we basically got Romania and Serbia here. I'm not too sure which side we want to win. I think we want the... Even though that they are Jacobins, and ideologically we are opposed to them, I'm pretty sure Serbia and Romania are pro-French. This actually allows me to pull up this thing for the very first time. There's actually a bunch of different map modes, which I haven't shown off yet. But it actually is like sphere of influences. So yeah, Serbia is in the Russian sphere of influence, Bulgaria is in the Russian sphere of influence, and you're in the French. So we would prefer that Hungary and Croatia by extension, who are not aligned with any major faction. Greece has also joined. Okay, so you've made my life a lot more complicated than I would like it to be. I think we do want Hungary to win just because we want Romania and Serbia to lose. But Bulgaria is also pro-Russia, so I don't actually know. Can't worry about you too much. I'm not gonna worry about reform right now. I mean, the Hague Tories don't like us too much, but that's fine. Like, fuck them, right? You have 155 research points? Russia's already launched a satellite. Oh shit. Okay, they are doing stuff. Okay, I'm gonna hide all components. I need to have atomic research. Heavyweight Teleforce engine. How do I launch a satellite? Currently have a non-combat satellite in orbit. I guess we develop you. Liquid fuel. Components. Communications booster. Let's research these two things. I have fallen behind in the space race. That is not what I want to see whatsoever. I can't lose the space race. I'm the British Empire, goddammit. After this. What do we want to take? We'll take one level of excavation. It's pretty cheap. I think it's fine. And you're all 36, which is just a little too expensive. 35 research? It's like a 3% research speed upgrade. I generally don't know if it's actually worth the investment. Yeah, again, we can only take one of you. Navy aircraft? We do need you for better engines for our spaceships. So let's get that research right now. We got anarchy in Algiers. That doesn't seem good. That was my territory, you piece of shit. And they've aligned themselves with the Front Algiers Francais. Are you at war with me? You would allow me to join your war. You got a negative 1,000 modifier for what? The Algiers expedition. So I don't think that they're supposed to call me into this war. Apparently Spain took over the concessions. Why would he do this? Why would he do such a thing? Also, I should station troops in Gibraltar, thinking about it. Yeah, no, that actually is the thing we do want to do. We do actually want to station troops in Africa. That's probably will be, like, when these 16 units deploy, that'll be their job for sure. But I do think that at least right now, it's been a good time for us to end this episode. Thank you for watching with Anthem. If you've enjoyed, remember to hit that thumbs up button. If you not enjoyed, you can always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.